But what I love is my first Sony. Whoa. That's my alarm for when it's time to teach class. Just doing some experiments with my audio equipment, learn new ways to use that. I didn't have time to get my tripod. That's why the picture looks like this. It's time to teach class, so I'm gonna put it all away. And that was a real my first Sony microphone for you 90s kids out there.
I'd like a bike. I'd like a pony. But what I love is my first Sony.
My new creative thing I'm trying is to have all my equipment in this bag, ready to go. This bag is also from the 90s. Just gonna carry this bag around with me today, see if I make any videos. All right, time to go to work. I learned that trick from Mr. Baggins. I found that my best experiences making videos involve having no plan or even having my plan ruined and having to shoot something else. Because maybe when you don't have a plan, you're able to see whatever harmony is inherent in the day that you're living. It's like when I'm teaching a literature class, I can have a plan for the lesson. The kids will ask me something I haven't considered. If I stuck to the plan, I would be robbed of that question. They would be robbed of an answer. I actually hate making skits. I don't like following a script. I want to feel what's happening now. I love improvising a skit in front of the camera. I love scripting a skit. I hate reading a script in front of a camera. What else is to be expected from a man who dresses like a hobbit? What if what you're doing is already the script? So that's my experiment. Shoot without a plan and see if a theme emerges. It usually has. It's usually been the videos I've had the most fun making. So why not do that?
Every last stinking Dalek out of the sky!
But you have no weapons, no defenses, no plan!
Yeah. And doesn't that scare you to death?
I'd like a bike, and I'd like a pony, but what I love is my first Sony.
What's a Sony?
A CD player, or a tape recorder, or a walkie-talkie. When Japan stopped being the empire of the rising sun, they had to build a whole new Japan, and they wanted to be part of the whole world, economy, the whole world marketplace. And so they started making electronics, the things that America and Britain would want to buy, and the new Japan has always been our friend. They walked day and night, guiding themselves by the sun and stars. With his sword and bow, Hagen fought off all the wild beasts. Go. One of the tools of my art. There's this part in the movie Ponyo. It's a Japanese take on Little Mermaid, where the little mermaid asks the little boy with whom she is in love, "Is your father an evil wizard?" Her father is an evil wizard. She thinks everybody's father is some kind of wizard. There's some wisdom in that. What if you don't need a plan? What if all you need is art? A lot of times we say art and we mean the artifact. Important to know the difference. Art is the skill. What if all you need for it to guide you is knowing how the skill works? That's a nice sound. I'll put that in. What are the tools of my art? Tools are lights and camera, knowing when to set the camera on automatic, knowing how to download a movie clip when I want one, remembering what order I said things in that previous recording. There's this Robin Hood story where he was walking into town and he falls in with this tanner because they were both singing the same song. That's how you become friends. You're on the same road, you're singing the same song, and then when they come to the end of the song, they ask each other their business. The tanner says, "I'm going into town because I have in my pocket a warrant to arrest one Robin Hood. The sheriff of Nottingham shall pay me 500 gold pieces, and my fortune shall be made." And Robin says, "Well, be careful, because they've just passed a new law in town. Where if tanners drink too much beer, their legs will be put in the stocks." And the tanner says, "There's no way that's a real law." And Robin says, "Well, of course it is, my friend, because if you drink too much beer, you lose the use of your legs. That's the law of nature." The tanner says, "All right, I walked into that one," and they share a hearty laugh. Robin says, "I'll tell you what if I could promise you that I will deliver Robin Hood to you without any of his men in a place where you can easily get the drop on him by the end of the day?" And the tanner says, "I would share the 500 gold pieces with you." Robin says, "It's a deal. Let's go to the tavern." They sit down at the tavern. He says, "It'll be a little while before Robin Hood shows up. Let's have some beer." And he buys him a round, and he buys him another round, and they have another round until finally the tanner loses the use of his legs, falls down asleep, and Robin steals the warrant out of his pouch and goes on his merry way. He wasn't drinking the beer. That was part of the story. He was just pretending to quaff. The tanner wakes up like Noah and realizes what has happened to him. And he catches up with Robin and says, "You broke your end of the bargain. And you tricked me. You got me drunk and stole my warrant." And Robin says, "I kept my end of the bargain. I delivered Robin Hood right to you, for I am Robin Hood. You had just broken the law, had your legs in the stocks." And the tanner said, "Oh, all right. Yep, that was a good payoff to that joke." And they become friends, and he joins the merry men. And he gets a lot more than his 250 pieces of gold. He gets a life of truth and adventure. And I wonder if humor is actually the art that guides Robin Hood. Because many of us, if we were to find out that our traveling companion has a warrant for our arrest, we would look for an opportunity to club this man with a rock and secure our own safety. But Robin tells a joke about beer. It's not even related. And then he needs no plan but to follow the joke. Let's go to the tavern. Let's drink too much beer together. Only he pretends. Robin Hood acts as if we are in a comedy sketch together. And he does the next humorous thing. That's just one of many adventures in which Robin follows the path of humor. And it's truly humorous. His humor is not silly, it's not crass, and it's not cruel. What is truly merry to do next? And then that is what he does, and it leads to success. And if humor can be a guiding principle Anything can. What's the name of this video? That's what I need. Drawing a conclusion, writing a conclusion, I don't have an introduction. Here's the name of the video. You don't need a plan. And I'm not saying I will always be without a plan. This part's the conclusion of the video. I had to plan a little bit to make sure I'm not leaving anything unsaid. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not that I will never have a plan again. I'm saying there is a plan, but it's better than the one you had in mind. And your art will reveal it to you. Tell the truth. Keep your promises. Don't let a mess pile up. These are tools in the art of living. Or organize your footage properly onto your computer. That is the art of video making. And if you're not using the tools of your art, no amount of planning is going to help you. If at any time your little plans go against those things, the plan isn't yours. But you can know the right thing to do next. You do know the right thing to do next. You are already on your quest. You already have what you need for this part of it. Good journey.
I like pizza pie. I like macaroni. But what I love is my first Sony.
Now Sony makes small products for small people. Walkie-talkies, Walkman stereos, and cassette recorders. Specially made for kids.